Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Gala, kind of see what's going on. I promise to take keep a close eye on this, take a look at this, hopefully daily if possible, kind of help understand what's going on. The purpose of this video is kind of give you some dollar cost average targets, perhaps, just based on the fact that Bitcoin has been selling off. It's likely going to fill the CME gaps down to about 40/41,500. So in that sense, we could expect a little bit larger of a correction, which is completely normal, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. Bitcoin's still in good shape, and I think Gala's still in good shape too. Just better opportunity to get better, better averages. So we're not going to go super crazy here in this video, just kind of touch on some quick things. If you are not currently a community member, consider joining. I actually have a cool option where you can actually share the signals that I take, as well as the simple fact that I provide you with a trading academy. Every single thing you need to know to how to become a better trader from start to finish. Okay, so check that out in your own time. CryptoCache.tech is the website. And here for Gala, simple stuff here, right? I kind of mentioned this yesterday it might have been the day before, where I mentioned that if we have 3 strong green days, you can expect a pullback on the 4th. This is what you commonly refer to as 3 white soldiers, right? So 3 white soldiers essentially gives you 3 strong candlesticks that essentially increase significantly in a short amount of time, leading to a potential pullback. Now, there's no guarantees, but again, 90% in 3 trading days, that's a lot of movement, a lot of volume, and it happens to sell off in most cases on the 4th day. Just kind of a common characteristic. So I hate to say I told you so, but that is kind of what's happening here today. Keep this in mind. Bitcoin's selling off too, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is just it's a guarantee. All candlestick patterns have probabilities. It's higher than 50%, but it's never 100%. So just know, regardless of what I've mentioned and what I kind of prepared you for, this is also likely because Bitcoin is selling off today. It hit 45,500 and it's now trending closer to 42.9. So again, a bit of a sell-off there from Bitcoin, which makes sense. It rose too high, too fast, and Gala's done something similar. What do you think the most profitable coins are going to do, or the whales are going to do with their most profitable coins, right? Not a lot of coins are as profitable as Gala has been in the last 2 or 3 trading days, so we're going to see a correction. All right, not saying it's going to drop like a rock, but if it does, we need to be prepared for that. And in that sense, what we want to look at is just some quick, obvious stuff, and then we'll talk about our DCA targets. So we're still above the 50-day set moving average. Keep this in mind. This could very well still hold. Now, like I mentioned before, when you're up over the 50-day set moving average, you don't take one trading day and expect that to be a support level. You take multiple trading days and average it out. That's why it's a moving average. That being said, we're not in the clear yet, but it is testing and holding above that presently. It's a good sign, right? So if that holds, obviously, then 33 cents would be a good target to essentially add to your average. Obviously, we want a DCA target lower than the current price point in case the price were to come down. And according to the Fibonacci retracement level, we can see 30 cents is probably the most immediate next available, or 29.5, but you want to pick a DCA target just above a key level support and make sure that you get filled, right? So pick something just above any type of support level and or Fibonacci retracement line, and you'll probably likely get filled more often than not, right? So again, 30 cents, not 29.5, okay? That would be the next available target. Looking at some obvious other stuff too, we're still up over 50 on the RSI, fantastic stuff. We're above both moving averages here as well, so that does reiterate the fact that 27 cents, once again, rounding up a little bit there, 27 cents should be a key level support. So 27 and 30, I think, are 2 very realistic and legitimate dollar cost average targets. All right. Furthermore, as well, RSI is under 50, over 70. That's great. We don't like to see over 70 on the RSI. Bitcoin just had that recently as well, and it's come down. This gives us a chance to calm down and relax and maybe reside at that moving average on the 50 on the 1-day chart, right? Maybe that's going to hold right where it's at. This could be the most recent low. Again, there's no guarantees. We did lose tentatively the support of 33.5, so we might be under that. In fact, Bitcoin was making lower highs and lower lows. Let's see if Gala's doing the same. It is effectively making lower highs and lower lows still. So until we can break that trend, we're going to be in a situation where we have to wait for higher highs or at the very least higher lows, right? It hasn't proven to do that yet. But again, Bitcoin's on the downtrend, so Gala's going to follow suit. It's overextended. Makes sense, right? Other coins, like Luna, for example, they're bouncing back very hard, very quick. Again, different coins are in different positions depending on their overall movement in the last 2 or 3 trading days. That being said, let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour and see where we're at here. I'm willing to guess we got a close signal for the cloud, which happened actually quite a few hours ago when the lagging span intersected with the price action. We've also got a baseline above the conversion line, and overall, we're in a position right now where we got 2 out of 3 indications that we do not want to take a long position. The only thing that's potentially going to hold is the support level here on the cloud that could effectively keep the price action higher. Once we lose that though, if we were to, then it's considered bearish and we can expect the price to continue to downtrend from there. Okay. Again, no guarantees. Ichimoku Cloud's very conservative in that sense. It's going to let you know, conservatively when you want to take entry, and we literally don't have any indication that we want to take entry. When the price breaks below the cloud, we would literally have a sign to go ahead and consider a short position. Once again, I would exercise caution on a short position for Gala at the moment, depending on how fast and quick Bitcoin recedes. Bitcoin could trend down closer to 40/41,500. I think that's fairly realistic at this point. We're going to see somewhere in the range of 41.5 to 43,000 soon for Bitcoin. It's already at 43. Well, how far down will Gala go, right? I don't think it's going to go crazy personally. I do think this coin has a lot of good, strong fundamentals in that sense, and it's proven it to be a good coin. We've also got a strong amount of volume, obviously, at this price point, right around 18 cents. So we can pretty much guarantee the price won't go lower there. But if we were to zoom in here, we'll see how much volume we have. We have the most amount of volume at the current price point, which is good. Kind of reiterating the fact that 33 cents could and should be a support level. But we also need to acknowledge the fact that if we lose that support, we don't have a lot of travel in between there. So 30 cents may not be a strong hold, whereas I would say we'd have the most amount of volume in the most recent past. This is, again, only the last 4 trading days at about 27 cents. So I think 27 cents and 30 cents are still holding strong as good potential DCA targets. So all in all, I think that'd be a good thing to shoot for. Once again, there's not a lot of volume below 27 cents. So it would be, I wouldn't say it's going to be a free fall, but if we lose 27, we could expect the price to regress somewhere in the range of 24 to 21. I think that's a very low probability at this point. Try not to leave this conversation thinking that it's going to drop that far. I think the most immediate ones we need to concern ourselves with would be 30 cents and 27 cents. So set your targets for that, and I hope that you found benefit here, of course, today. Not much else we really need to know, honestly. We don't need to go too far into the micro because, once again, Gala is somewhat aligned with Bitcoin, right? I mean, you can see the very similar pattern. I've seen it myself. Check out my other Bitcoin video, of course. I roll out with that daily, so you can kind of understand what I mean by this. But generally speaking, Gala's in decent shape. I don't think it's going to fall or drop like a rock. I also don't think the same thing will happen with Bitcoin either. Yes, it'll correct itself maybe another 3 to 4%, but that's completely normal considering how overextended it got in a short amount of time. Got to realize 11% on a Friday going into a weekend. We're lucky that it held that long. And the fact that we had a nice green day yesterday because of Amazon earnings and a lot of different scenarios like that, we had a good day, right? But you can't have, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 great days in a row. It's very uncommon for us to have a green Friday and not have a red weekend. We didn't have a red weekend, so it makes sense it's making up for that lost time. Plus, there's a CME gap from the 6th. We should expect to see that get filled soon. That trend, that's right around 40 to 41,500. If you're currently a community member, I sent out an article regarding that, or just a graph, so to speak, so you know what I'm talking about. But generally speaking, there's a CME gap that gets filled. It is basically the futures for Bitcoin. So if you look here, you'll see there's a CME gap here. Essentially, it needs to get filled because it gapped up between the closing day on the 4th and the opening day on the 6th. Because again, futures are closed on Saturday and like a half a day on Sunday, and that's essentially what happened. It gapped up. And a lot of times the price will come back down to fill that void, which is another reason why 30 cents and 27 cents is probably a likelihood from Gala if Bitcoin continues to progress lower and fill that gap. Okay, it doesn't always happen, but it's very common for that to get filled based on the fact that those futures, they all have expiration dates. There's a whole thing that I can't even get into right now, but just know that there's a good chance we'll see that gap get filled from Bitcoin, and in turn Gala could and likely should regress with it. I don't think we're going to see a major sell-off, but again, 30 cents and 27 cents would be good DCA targets for you. All right, well, I hope you found benefit here, and I thank you so much for joining me. Obviously, if you want to become a community member and have more knowledge on these aspects and how to become a better trader, I have a trading academy as well as obviously signals that I send. We just completed a good 2 out of 3 profit targets for our Bitcoin short trade. That was awesome. Good futures 3x, and it worked out very well. And again, more of that to come, of course. We just got to be patient and make sure we see and find the bottom. I'm looking forward to seeing some long signals here, or taking long signals once Bitcoin establishes itself, probably closer to 41.5. I think that'll probably be the likely bottom for Bitcoin. Either way, thanks again for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.